Still making lump charcoal. Wind is picked up. There's my buddy Jack. Feels like the Santa Ana winds right now. Blowing out. It might even feel like Santa Ana winds when the fire is like raging in Cali. There's the fire. Maganda. So I had the live stream going for 6 hours. And then stopped it. Took a little break. Went in. There's Jack over there, look. Oh, wait, nobody's on. Nobody's on this live stream. That's funny. Says, yeah, you're just, honestly, mister, you're just talking to yourself. That's it. Where's the McGinns and the chickens? Look, I'm gonna throw them an apple core. Look, kids, look! Look, kiddies, look! Come here! Look, kids, look! I got a treat for you. Look! Look, chickens, look! Look, chickens, look! Look! Look, chickens. Come here. Come on, chickies. Look, I got something for you. I got a treat. Come over here. Come on, girls. Come here. Look. Trying to get him to come over here. Jack. I said, yeah, just hurry up and give them the apple core. Look. Come here. Come and get this. And behind me, you'll see we're still cooking the lump charcoal. Wind's blowing a little harder. I'm really keeping an eye on the fire here. Look. Chickens, look. Come here. You looking a little ratty? She'll come right up. This is one of the tame girls. That a girl. The other one's pretty tame too. These guys are about 3 years old. Are you feeling a little jealous, Jack? Are you? Says yes. You give everything to the chickens. I don't like it. Like, I am at the top of the food chain here, mister. I know, Jack, I know, but, they lay us eggs. What do you do? Eh? Says, I eat kibble twice a day. Oh, she got it. Look, take that one piece here, girl. That was Bedhead that took that piece. Mr. Benjamin coming over here, making sure his girls are okay, right, Jack? Says, yeah, he likes to make sure his girls are okay. And yeah, we got, let me rinse my hands. Here. I got the hose here so I don't burn down the forest. So I've been wetting the area here around this. I actually need to I need to stoke the fire a little bit. Bud Forte says, hey, right back. Making lump charcoal. I had a live stream going since 7 a.m. approximately. Shut it off, went to get a snack here, and now I'm back. And we're almost done, as you can see. Yeah, maybe you haven't been following, but this drum is full of wood. Hickory, to be precise. And let's see if I can stand this up. There, like that. Stoke the fire. Get a little bit more wood. She's hot. She's really hot. I feel like I'm at the beach standing right here. Putting this in. Some of the junky firewood, kind of junky, punky. Good stuff, right? Put in there. Actually, I'll tell you what I can do here because I had it set up. Like this. I want to go for about another hour. I think, but I need to heat it back up. This is by far the most interesting thing you're gonna watch all day long on here. I promise. It really is. Uh, yeah, I'm making charcoal, Mitch. Yeah. I have hickory, a little bit of beech wood in there, but mostly hickory in the drum. And it's been cooking steadily since around 8 a.m. this morning. And it's nearly done. Yeah, the stuff coming off the top is just a light yellowish green color. So we've got most of the water is long gone. Now it's just some of the volatiles cooking out of the wood. Rapina, Roy Pina, good to have you here. At least if it's only for 0.26 minutes. Oh, I gotta plug in the phone. That's probably the last of the wood I'm gonna put on. And then I'll let it cool. It's throwing off some heat, boy, oh boy. And then for the last thing I'm gonna do here today, which is probably not for a while yet, because we're still only around what, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna cook some steaks on the coals that are left here later for dinner. Isn't that exciting? So interesting development happened at the very beginning. I'll tell you about. When I started it up, you see there's a band at the top rim of the drum that holds the lid tight. And I was doing it in the dark. I assembled it in the dark this morning, and I put it on a little cockeyed. And so what happened is on the back side, you can't see it from this angle. I could take the phone over and show you, but it's charging right now on the battery. I have an extension cord that goes to my shop. I could show you that. Up there, plugged in. And I got my laptop. I was working earlier up there in the chair here. Anyway, I put the band on incorrectly, so I had a gap, so air could get into the drum, which is not what I want. Hold it there, hold it. So somebody on the live stream said, hey, Scotty, throw some clay on there. So I did. Got a little bucket of clay, and then I mixed it up with water to make it sloppy. And then I just slapped it in the crack there around it, and it worked great. I love it when we come together and we do stuff as a team. And over there, I'll switch, see if you can see. No, you can't. I was gonna see if you can see Jack, my doggy. He's sleeping over there by the fence. He's the star of the show. I mean, I gotta show him. It's not all about the fire, is it? There he is, sleeping. Yeah, I had a beer too at lunchtime. I didn't have any boss telling me I couldn't have a beer at lunchtime. Yeah, that's it's a good life, folks. Let's get some more likes there. Come on. They're free. Doing this, hitting that, it doesn't cost anything. You can do it. Come on. 5. Let's see if we can get up to 10. You can do that. I mean, if you're just slipping into the chat, just hit it and then go. If you don't want to keep watching the fire. Oh, it's getting hot. I can feel it. Ah! Right on my back. The wind's blowing. I got to be careful here. And actually, I'm going to wet the ground here around it because we have some leaves that are pretty dry. So, just to be on the safe side. Donald, welcome. Yeah, we got another like. I like that. Perfect. That helps me. This is a little side gig I got going on YouTube. I'm trying to monetize. I've been working hard at it since the beginning of January. I said to myself, I'm going to make a goal. See if I can make $1 on YouTube. And I'm not there. I'm not at their threshold yet for getting monetized. It's harder than it looks. Unless, you're like 21 and like, ripped or gorgeous, like, you've got all the things going for you, and you just put your face in front of the camera and people like automatically subscribe, no matter what the content is. No, I do some interesting stuff and post vids about Jack having fun, Maple, the cat. And of course, making lump charcoal so I can grill I'm gonna do a lamb at Easter. I do Boston butt in the summer to do like a, pulled pork. On the big green egg, I got a green egg. I think we're getting close, but the smoke is petering out a bit on the top. That's sort of the indicator. Thanks for the extra likes. We're almost at 10. You can do it. Oh, well, that's hot air. Walking by that. So yeah, since I'm like almost 60, I gotta work 3 times as hard as a 20-year-old does to get the same number of subs in the same amount of time. You missed some real excitement earlier because the propane truck came driving down the road here and dropped off some propane. Thought I'd get it before the price tripled. We're at 9 likes. We got to get double digit. Come on, you can do it, guys. Can you hear that fire? This side's really hot. It's got some red, white hot coals over here on this side. Oh, we got up to 11. Bingo! Y'all are great. Player, welcome. Hi. What's everybody doing here on this Friday afternoon? Don't be shy. You can write something in the chat there. Let me know what part of the world you're from. And the question, what do you think? Here's a question for you. You see the solar panels behind? What do you think I use them for? It's not a trick question, but come on. You can't all just be lurkers here. I mean, you can, but, you know, part of the beauty of YouTube is the potential for two-way interaction. For my phone, your phone. You mean the solar panels? No. It's not powering my phone. But thanks, William, for chiming in. Some of you you're gonna have a hard time guessing because you can. Well, I mean, use a little bit of how do you say, deductive reasoning to figure out that what it could and may not, what it might and might not be doing. It's not enough panels to power my house. There's only 2. I would need about 10 times that to probably, you know, power my house. Let me know when you want a hint. Is that you already give up? Yeah, it's not commonly done. But what I did is I ran, that's 470 watts of panels there, two by 270, or 235 rather. And it runs directly to one of two water heaters. One is connected to the grid and the other one is connected to the solar panels. So I preheat the water. Isn't that smart? Oh, torch. So, you see how hot it is? It's burning my poker. Well, I could put marshmallows on the end here, couldn't I? Wouldn't that be fun? I need a little stick. Yeah. You still shower with warm water? Why so weak? No. Actually, so here's what if you wanted to know more about the system, I bought there's a company that was selling MPPT controllers, and it was called Techluck, Techluck. And just a tiny little outfit out in the Southwest. I don't know where. He was out Arizona or Nevada or something. Anyway, he had a lot of information online. It might even still be there. And I just thought it was really slick, elegant way to use photovoltaics to heat water. I think it's much simpler than thermosiphon method, like putting panels that have pipes in them on your roof. I mean, then you'd have to have an antifreeze in the, glycol in the system so it wouldn't freeze in the winter. And so that never excited me at all. And I could have put, with the MPPT controller he had sold me, I could have put another 200 watts on, but I didn't. It's a long story, but anyway, so I'm just kind of preheating the water as it goes into tank 1, and then that water is in series with tank 2, which is grid heated. So when we have high solar, which is mainly, this time of year is pretty good actually, starting right about now. Actually, I've got to tilt the panels up to their summer orientation. But anyway, it does a pretty good job at generating around 4 kW per day to warm our water. And we have well water, and the water is always around 58 to 61, 2 degrees Fahrenheit. So I can bring it up, even if I can bring it up to, say, 70 to 75 before it goes into the grid, then it's just less electricity overall I'm using. That's the logic. That's why I did it. And it was really overall pretty cheap. The panels were less than $1 a watt to buy. And the gear, I think, was a couple $100. It was pretty cheap. That's it. That's the story. No, we have hot showers though, buddy, because of the grid connected one. So it's just sort of a hybrid system to use a little less electricity. Not that, I'm not off grid here by any stretch. I mean, we got fiber to the home here, man. But we didn't always have fiber to the home. Let me tell ya. We had satellite HughesNet. That was terrible and expensive. Whew. So AI says that I need to wait until the smoke on top is kind of almost gone. And it's not almost gone yet. So I think I gotta go a little longer. So I got going hot here again, and kind of died down when I went inside for a little bit here. Not long, because I've been out here monitoring this most of the day. But yeah, now it's, when I get it hot again, I can see that we still have a lot of pyrolysis that continues. Blink feed. I love some of the handles that people have. Let's see, how much have I got here? 27%. That's enough to pull that off here. And so I'll show you a walk around here. I don't know if you're still on. That's when you came on a minute ago. You see there, see the clay up there? That's, I stuffed it into the hole there, right there. Because you see, I missed the spot there. Well, it fell off. Ooh, that's hot. Woo! She's hot. Actually, my phone, earlier in the live stream, I had it a little bit too close. Like, it was like even right here. And then combined with the sun coming down this way on the phone, it overheated the phone, and I had to reset the live stream. Let's see if we can get up to 20 likes. Strong X hands. Thank you. Well wishes from VA. That's right. Your neighbors to me. I'm down here in NC, but I'm close to the state line there. Yeah, I am enjoying my day. Today was a good day. Today was one of those days where you're like, I'm not going to split wood today or work on that. I've got a big beech tree we took down last week, and I got half of it done earlier in this week and split, but you can see, check over there. Here's my pile, and I still have quite a bit more to bring up out of, beside the house there. There was the big tree down there, and I got most of it up. I've started splitting it. I was doing a lot of it by hand with the axe. And then I got the splitter out yesterday to speed the process up a little bit, because I have a lot of stuff that's pretty gnarly and knotty and too difficult. And my shoulder was getting tired because I'm an old man. You know, I don't want to wreck my shoulder or my hands. Actually, the other thing too was my hands were getting really stiff from the axe gripping the axe. Yeah, it's an old person thing. I'm not whining or anything. Nothing's stopping me from doing the stuff that I like and want to do. But um, just saying, you gotta take a break sometimes. And today was a good break. To do this. Yeah, we still got quite a bit of smoke coming out. Every time I let it die down, I've falsely thinking, oh, we're done, but then I put more wood on and it keeps burning. Nice, strong. Yeah, pretty much living the dream. I stay here, work this place. I left my job back in 2018. I'm still doing some stuff on the side related to this work I did in the corporate world, but and then I thought, oh, I'm gonna try my hand at making this YouTube thing go, but it's pretty hard, actually. I'm not complaining about that, but I'm just saying, like, it's not as easy as people think. Like, you gotta have to have some sort of a talent and or good looks, which I have neither of, so it's a real slog. I got a little bit of wisdom because of my term on the planet so far here, but apart from that, yeah, people have got to want to tune in, and it's a lot easier if you're about 40 years younger. At least doing this sort of stuff where it's not like I'm actually trying to become an influencer. What I'm trying to do is hit the metrics and the thresholds that YouTube requires to monetize. Heavy for life. What's cooking in the drum is hickory wood. I'm making lump charcoal. And I live on acreage here, and I have a lot of trees, as you can see, all around me, and a lot of dead trees, and I've taken a whole lot of dead trees up. I heat my house with wood too. I've taken a lot of the dead pines out, and that's what's fueling the fire. But I don't even, make a dent in the dead wood that's out there. And a lot of the pines, they don't have a long life. Like, some of them are only 40, 50 years old, and then they die out. And if they've grown unmanaged, they tend to just kind of get shaded out by the bigger hardwoods, and then they die, and then it becomes a bit of a fire risk. So I go in this area over here, I've taken quite a few of them out, or they've fallen over in wind, hurricane events or high wind storms. So I go in and I pull it out, and then I burn it. And pine is great for burning, contrary to popular belief. Burns hot, doesn't make nice coals, but it's very nice in a fireplace for making nice flickery flames. They look pretty. And I do put it in, mix it with hardwood in my wood burning furnace to, if I want a short burn, like not like an 8-hour, not 10-hour burn, I'll just need like a 4-hour. I'll throw pine in there. It'll burn hot, get the warm up quick, and then go out. Like, this time of the year is perfect for running pine because I don't want to run the furnace all day long, just, early in the morning till mid-morning or whatever. Ah, thank you. Strong, good sense of humor. Well, I got to have at least a little bit of a sense of humor, right? What's cooking in the drum? We got that one. So what making lump charcoal is pretty easy to do. And it's because I have all the wood, it's like dirt cheap. It just requires time, right? To sort of monitor things and keep the fire going. So I make this about once a year. And with my frequency of use using my grill, in this case it's a green egg. Yeah, I don't cook with it every single week, so I don't need tons and tons of lump charcoal. But this will fill. You see that bag over there, the feed bag? It's sitting there on the driveway, so nobody drives down over my power cord there. But it'll fill about 2 or 3 of those, for sure 2, with what comes out of here. Yeah, so it's you see this amount of smoke is still coming off fairly strong. Again, the indicator for when it's done is that kind of goes a little bit white and is less than that. So right now it's just cooking off you still have the volatiles in the wood that are burning off there. Actually, it's not fully combusting. So the wood, of course, if it burned in there, it would just be ashes left in the drum. When then it would be not worth doing, right? Because you burned all your wood just like this is going to ash. So what we try to do is keep the oxygen out of the drum as much as we can. And then it just pyrolyzes inside the drum. And yeah. So that was my project for today. I hope some of you had a good day and that you had also interesting projects. Con G7W says hi. Howdy. Chicken over here, poking around. This is my little wood shed here for the campfire area. And I used everything that was there. And I can now refill it, put some new stuff in there. Let's get one more like. Samuel Meta. Hit that like button there. You can do it. Come on. Why not? Somebody unliked it. We were at 19 and someone was like, I don't want to give the guy a like. Come on. We're up to 20. Bingo. You prefer charcoal grill over gas pellet, etc., but it's harder to get it right. Temperature higher. You know what? I have both. I've got a gas grill and the big green egg. And I use the gas grill more because it's just easier to start a gas grill, right? No, you don't have to get it going and get the temperature right. But I really enjoy doing low and slow. So I'll do like a Boston butt, pulled pork. And you can't beat a green egg for that. I'll start it at about 3, 4 in the morning. And it's just cooks on there until 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's perfect. It's so good. But if you want to do a steak or something like that, I don't, the green eggs will do a fine steak, but it uses a lot of lump charcoal because you got to get it really hot, and then it's like, well, I don't want to waste it for that. But I do like to use it for the low and slow. So, and that's where it makes a lot of sense. I got to plug the phone in again. Convenience over flavor is the trade-off for you. Yeah, I mean, I get that 100%. For sure. I like the convenience of a gas grill. I got a twin brother, and he decided to just go completely big green egg. Hey, Vadium, 2256. So yeah, my bro, he's just using the green egg. Last time I checked, and been doing that for a few years. He lives up in Canada too. I don't think the climate is the green eggs don't love that, and he leaves his outside. He leaves it's covered in everything, but it's got all sorts of micro cracks in it, and they're not like cheap. Do I believe it's Moonshine? It's not Moonshine, but it's not a bad guess. I had a buddy, now that we're on that topic of Moonshine, who, and I'm not going to reveal names here, but he really got into it. He was a good friend of mine. Actually, he's up in the Northwest area. And for a little while, he was the A-type personality and smart cookie. He was really sharp. Chemical engineer, really good at technical stuff. And he got into making moonshine, but not like the old school way where you do like what I'm doing here and build a fire and all that stuff and have your distillation column and all of that. No, he bought an old, not an old, but a used keg. So a keg of beer, you know, the aluminum canisters. And he rigged it so that he had a heater on it, an electric heater. And now it eludes me to the fine details of what he did, but basically rigged this thing up so that he could carefully control the temperature in his still when he was heating it. And yeah, he had a nice little setup in a little outbuilding he had at his place. I remember him sending me pictures of it. It was really cool. And he made some good stuff. He really got into it, and then he was like into the flavorings of it and made some really interesting stuff. Stuff that you would, like, it wasn't like made in the hills of Tennessee or anything, but, which I'm not saying is bad, but he had a very controlled environment for when he made his. Little tangent there for you. I thought about doing that. He actually said, after he kind of got tired of the novelty, he called me and said, "Hey, Scotty, you want to buy the still? I'll get it down to you some way, somehow." I had my doubts, right, getting it over the U.S. border, because he was in Canada, but I said, "I'll pass. We don't want to alert anybody to the fact we're making moonshine." Anyway, I don't think he did it for more than about a year and then gave up on it. I don't know what he did with his equipment. Yeah, we still got a lot of smoke coming off that thing there. I think I need longer than 8 hours. Check out Jack up there. Can you see him? Sleeping in the garden bed there. Give a thumbs up just for that. I mean, look at Jack. Jacko. Says what? Mind your own business. That's Jack, the pitbull. Check out this little, I think it's a hole, a crack in the drum leak. Yeah, I lost you there. Yeah, I lost you there. I had to switch it back over to the other modem. I got 2 modems it tries to pick up. Yeah, as I was saying, I kind of lost you guys. I don't know if you heard that, but let's do it like this. I had a modem in the, or what do you call it? The Wi-Fi, yeah, modem. One's in the house and there's one in the shop. And I'm just on the outskirts of the one that reaches the house, which is faster. And it disconnects me every once in a while. So I switched it over to the shop. But the shop one's slower because it's only a Cat 5 running from the house. Flip this guy over. Ah, smoke in the eyes. I think I need a couple more pieces, friends. Yeah, the wind's burning it down fast. All right, take the wheelbarrow over. So you see I have a lot of this stuff, like this. Virginia pine, tulip poplar, lightweight. It gets really, if it's slightly started to dry and go punky out there in the woods, it's almost like balsa wood. Let's see anybody else. You can see the wind whipping up the flames. There's a little bit cause for concern. It's supposed to go a little bit higher even, a little bit later. So I really want to be done with the big fire. I'm gonna cook a steak on here later. Doesn't that sound good? Oh. Feels good in the heat. There we go. We got more smoke coming off the top there. It's still smoky. Oh. just wetting the area here. Maybe I'm a little paranoid, but my friend Jimmy, I talk about Jimmy a lot, so my P1s will know about that. Jimmy almost started his whole place on fire the other day. He has a little wood stove in his shop, and he put the coals out. He had a little pile going that was kind of out in the middle of the lawn. You know, he had a place for it. But he has a lot of, you know, in the winter here, we have a lot of the warm weather grass goes all brown and dry. Anyway, he caught his lawn on fire. And it spread quick, and he was eating lunch. He went in, he was working out there, and I put them there a couple of hours earlier. He went out, and the next thing he knows, his entire lawn, he is on 5 acres, is on fire and spreading quick. And so he said he had to get into bucket brigade mode and like right away, and his hose was frozen, he said. It always happens like that, doesn't it, friends? Like you have a little emergency, and then the next thing you know, your house is under threat of being mowed over by a grass fire, which he has, like me, trees around. So all it would take is just a little bit of the fire lifting up, and boom. Next thing you know, you got your fire department here, maybe your house is burned down. And he also had burned one of his sheds down a few years ago. Same thing. He had actually a drum when he was burning some trash or something, and it was a little too close to a shed that he had, and up it went. Fire department was there. Anyway, I don't want that to happen here. So any potential, like any leaves that are around here, I'm just pre-wetting them. Ooh, it's hot. It's really hot. Can't read that last one. M says hi. Hi. Hit that like button there, Em. Everybody who slips into the stream here, just hit it, and then, you know, if you're not staying, just hit it. You like it. I'm making lump charcoal. And we're chatting. I'm telling you how hot it is, because you know you don't know. I mean, you see flames there, but are there really flames there? Yes, there are. This is not AI. It's real. Ow! Yeah, it's real, yeah. I know, that was corny dad joke stuff, kind of stuff, but that's all I got. Let's see if we can get to 30. 30 likes. That's only 4 more. You're at 20, is it 26 I see up there? Yeah. Come on, you can do it. Again, like I always say, the likes are free. It doesn't cost you anything. The only thing that I would say costs you anything is if you subscribe. Then you'll get notifications. And you'll be like, who's this old man? What is he doing? He's showing me what's he showing me? He's showing me that he can swing an axe. See, just the fact that I just talked about that, all the likes go, or the number of people on just dwindles. But I'm unfazed, people. Unfazed, because it does this. By the way, I just wanted to tell you how excited I was. I think it was the first live stream I did. This is how YouTube works, you know. They get somebody new on YouTube, or at least I wasn't new. I've had the channel for ages, but I was just starting to amp up the channel content, putting more stuff out there. And I did a live stream, and it was around about 50 minutes. And I was splitting wood with the axe, and I got my axe stuck in the wood. And I was like thinking, oh, this is really embarrassing. Like, I'm on the world stage here. And at that time, since I was kind of new, I think the algorithm promotes it. It's got to be that way. I don't care what YouTube says. If it's new and you're just doing that, it'll send everybody your way. And you're like, so I had a total of 233,000 views on this video of me trying to get my axe out of the piece of wood. And that's what people like to see, right? This old man gets it stuck and then tries to get it out, and he can't. Then I had to solve a problem, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And so then I used the wood splitter, the hydraulic wood splitter, to free up the axe. Smart thinking, right? Got it out, and that was it. So from defeat to victory in one short hour. And yeah, that was, well, it was an epic one. I didn't do it since. Nobody's that interested in splitting wood. So for a guy with only 2,200 subscribers or whatever, that was a big deal. And yeah. So thanks for joining. And thanks for viewing and staying. Staying actually is more important to me than anything, but I get it. You all have things to do, right? So you should go do them. Don't waste your time watching some old man tend the fire. Unless you're retired, and then it's exciting. Or you're hardly working where you're working. Then you can just have it on. And I'll be quiet for a minute. Tend the fire again. 4 more likes. You can do it. Wind's picking up, providing a little bit of excitement. Leaves blowing. See that? You see the leaves blowing? Which means if it can blow the leaves, it can blow sparks around. And I don't want sparks to be sparking up the forest. Hey, Jack. Jacko. Come here. Come on over here. Come here. Jack, can you bring me a beer?
There's no, I can't bring you a beer. I don't have a thumb. I can't open the fridge. Woo!
It's chaos here. Still smoking. Look at that. Look at the smoke coming out of that guy. Jump into the barrel. Foxtrot, Charlie 69er. Okay, I'll jump into the barrel. I'm having fun out here. That's for sure. This is my kind of work. Look at that. I'm not anywhere near being done on this. I think it was a good idea though. You see how I propped the logs up there on that side? The 10 of you that are on. See how they're up there and it's wind's blowing in this way direction, so the heat's cooking on this side and throwing out all that smoke at the top. I mean, that's worth liking right there. Then we have this little hole right there where you got some sort of yellow, toxic looking smoke coming out. Creosote pouring out of the little holes, forming on the side of the barrel. We're at 29, let's get 30, come on. One more. It's been a long time since you heard a guinea, eh, Elijah? Yeah, we have about a dozen of them. It's never quiet here in the daytime. Actually, at night too, whether they're in mating season and right now, and they're kind of nutty and annoying. So I think I need to get a little bit more wood, friends. I'm gonna go over to my wood shed. Because she's not done cooking. This is great stuff to throw in. I got a lot of this. I took a lot of this stuff out of my woods here recently. This dead pine. Dry, burns hot. Hard to stack in the woodshed, so just throw it in the fire. We're up to 30, yay! I love you all. But I know some of you think I can give it and I can also take it away. But, you know, like I said, it's no big deal. You can just like it. Oh, we got 31. Nice. Yeah, I didn't have it hot enough earlier. Yeah, took a little break there, and the fire didn't die out. It's been going all day, but there wasn't a lot around the base of it, and yeah, now I'm back up on the heat. Smoke's still going like crazy. I've done this a few times. This is probably about the 5th time I've made lump charcoal. Yeah, making lump charcoal. I'm cooking hickory and a little bit of beech wood, mostly hickory. By weight, probably 80% hickory is in there. A few sticks of beech. Didn't have any maple. I like doing maple wood. Hey, 6857. So I just saw a little spark fly out right here. That is why I have the hose nearby and I'm wetting the area, because even though around here is not a lot of leaves, just 20 feet this way there are. And they're dry on the surface. So I'm just keeping the area moist. See, because look at that wind. Yeah, I got a ton of smoke pouring off. It's nowhere near. Now the real worry is if I see fire coming out any of the vent holes at this stage. It makes great barbecue. Yeah, I love it. Low and slow. That's mainly what I use it for. I have done pizza on my egg, big green egg, but it uses quite a lot of charcoal because you gotta get it up really hot, like to 600, 700 degrees Fahrenheit, and so you're really firing like that. And the buy lump charcoal is kind of expensive right now. But I mean, my investment in this is all day. So, you know, it's a trade-off, time, money, you know. I'm glad I didn't end the live fire too soon. I wouldn't have had all the stuff pyrolyzed. It's kind of cool looking at it though, isn't it? So on an earlier live stream, we had a really good chat going. There was a couple people on there. Oh, see the flames coming out? Brent, look at this. The gas is burning on the way out because of it's so hot here, burning the gases. You see that? Out of the little hole on the side? And it's creosote oozing out of that little hole. Isn't that cool? Anyway, one guy he got on, he was talking about capturing the smoke and reusing it, and yeah, really interesting. And some of you might have seen this, but there was a guy who had, I think, made lump charcoal and collected the gases to power a truck or something. I don't know. Uh-oh. Log down. Woo! She's hot. She is really, really scorching. That's burning. Burning my tummy. Into a generator that created electricity. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen that one. That was Titan. Yeah, thanks, Titan. Mention it. See the wind? Hear the wind? Hear that? Yeah, that worries me now. Okay, it's going in the right direction. That's the good thing. Because if it was going this way, my trees are really, I would probably just shut it down. But the space between here and I've got a gravel road right here, and then there's the barn, which is about, I don't know, call it 75 feet away. Lots of space in between. Okay, switching directions. I'm down in a little valley like this. So we're kind of sheltered here, which is nice. But it swirls a little bit more, like because of that. So just contemplating the mass balance here, my friends. I don't know what it is, what the beginning weight would have been, but I couldn't move that thing. And I'm betting that there's probably somewhere a calculation. Someone could probably do it. I could get on my computer. I got my laptop here too. See what the yield is. Unlumped charcoal. The wood was already seasoned. So if we say that there was about 10 to 15% moisture in the wood, we've driven all of that off. So if it weighs 100 pounds, there's 15 pounds of water less. And then you've got the volatiles and the stuff that's in, so the chemistry of the wood that's got to be volatilized. I don't know what that would be. Maybe another, what, 25%? So yeah, probably the yield is probably about 50% mass. I bet ya. Somebody know? There's a little homework project for somebody. See if we can get to 40 likes. You know, sometimes you just need little reminders, right? Because, you know, I'll be watching and I'll be engrossed in the content I'm watching. And I'm like, I didn't even like that, even though I did like it. I mean, I didn't hit the thumbs up, even though I should have. And then I go back and the stream's ended or something. So you go do that now and get it over with. Oh, she's so hot. I can feel it burning my calf as I walk by that side. This here, just at this level. Nice dog. What's his name? That's Jack. Where'd Jack go? Where are you, Jack? Over there. He's over there by the shop. It's gotten a little bit overcast here now. Four o'clock already. So this has taken me as short as about 7 hours to do, and as long as 10 hours, and that's going to depend on your conditions, the amount of wood you're throwing on there, right, and keeping it. I don't want to overdo it, like, because of the wind. So keeping the fire a little bit low here, then, like, that's already very hot. But I don't want flames, like, leaping up the side, even though that's a good way to hasten the cook, speed it up. But, yeah. But you can see we still got a ton of smoke coming off the top, which means it's not close to being done yet. Now, unless I'm just burning it all to ash inside the drum, that wouldn't be good. That would really be self-defeating. I get a little bit of that overcooked stuff. It's near the bottom, becomes like almost glassy, like carbon. That's pretty useless. Probably could make gunpowder with it. I don't know. Let's see. I'm in North Carolina. Yeah. Not far from the Virginia state line. That's still a lot of smoke. Oh, man. Let's see if we can get up to 40 likes. And get more viewers there going too. Because, you know, it's the end of the day, Friday. Watch for a couple minutes and enjoy the fire, campfire. Does it get better than this? Nah. Not much better than this, right? Pretty good. But look at that white smoke. Hey, it's belching out of there. Chicken walking by there. Ooh, I can feel it on my calf right now. Actually feels pretty good this distance away. Good for the muscles. Oh yeah, it's burning. Time to move. It's a good thing I got a lot of this stuff out of this pine. See that? Virginia pine, that's what I'm burning. Keep that one nice and low. All right, we got 5 people on. Give me 5 likes. Just slip in, hit the thumbs up, and yeah, you can do it. See if we can get to 40. Come on. You can do it, 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 you can do it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yeah. Not this, this. Friday afternoon, everybody's feeling good, getting ready to go home for the weekend. Pretty interesting. Chickens, guinea hens, and dogs walking around watching the fire. Yeah, it's relaxing. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I thought this would be a good activity for me today because I've been working hard trying to get the wood put up. Get one of my trees that I took down, brought out of the forest. It's a big one. Oh, thank you very much, Titan Brew. You're in Southwest Florida, enjoying a warm, sunny day. Nice. Are you on vacation down there, or are you living down there? I was in Punta Gorda in January, early Feb. Spent a week down there. I got a property down there. Just, yeah, I don't have a place on it yet, but maybe one day. I don't know. But I love playing. You retired? You live there for the fishing? Oh, yeah, it's good there, isn't it? I took my son on a fishing charter. Oh, how long ago now? 8, 9 years ago. We went down for spring break. Went with my dad and my uncle. That was fun. They were in Fort Myers. You're in Naples? Yeah, nice. Yeah, I would go down and play pickleball. I love pickleball. I play a lot. And it's pickleball is king down there. Are you gonna play in the U.S. Open? I went to the that facility there, East. What is it? East something Park, East Naples Park, I think it is. And I've been there a few times. Ah, it's so busy, man. Oh man. I had fun. I had more fun though when we got invited to a private, fancy RV park. I was with my brother, and he had some friends that were down, and they invited us to this park RV. In fact, really high end RVs, and they had a beautiful pickleball uh, set of courts there. It was awesome. That's my other passion. Yeah, lots of traffic when the snowbirds head north. Yeah, that'll be coming up another couple weeks, right? After spring breaks all end and everybody starts moseying back up north. Yeah. Yeah, and where I am here in North Carolina, like I have the property there, and I can't actually imagine spending. I could spend probably half of December and all of January there, but beyond that, it's like pretty nice here. Like January was pretty cold, and we had a lot of snow here in January. And I left right when that happened. And actually, it was kind of a blessing in disguise in some way. I didn't know it was gonna snow, but I got a good rate on a B&B, and like 2 weeks beforehand, I'm like they weren't. There was all kinds of them available, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go." And then it snowed here, and my wife, she teaches. She had to actually school was shut for a week, so she she was here working remotely, but it worked out kind of pretty well because like she couldn't go with me because she was teaching. But yeah, anyway, it was all good. So I try to go down for a week, 10 days every year, check out the property and make sure that it's still got its trees. This year I took out the what is it called again? The invasive tree. Uh, what is it again? Oh, it'll come to me. But this is what happens when you get old. You just forget basic stuff. The Brazilian pepper tree, which is growing on this vacant lot I own, and actually the county, Charlotte County, wants you to take that stuff out if you can. And so I went down there, took my tools and stuff. You know, I got all the stuff because of being here, and hacked out and put some herbicide on the stumps of the stuff. So yeah, just do a little bit each year, and maybe eventually it gets better. You miss the snow? Yeah, you know what it's all about. I don't miss the snow. I'm from Canada originally, and I don't. Nah. Yeah, and I remember what shoveling the driveway was, and then after you shoveled it, the snowplow would come and cover the end of the driveway, and you'd have to start from scratch again. And that stuff was always heavier, tougher. Don't miss that. Yeah, the Brazilian pepper. It's everywhere. Grows like stink. But if you're originally from there, maybe you still have family there that could take you back there. If you wanted to go. So I actually I haven't been to Canada in the winter since 2012. We drove up it was when our kids were still young, and we were still having Christmas at, you know, where you would go to your relatives and all that stuff and spend it with your family, and it was fun and it was an adventure. But I remember one trip going through West Virginia, and it wasn't fun at all. It really wasn't. There were snow squalls, and it just, yeah, it wasn't great. Weddings and funerals, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit like that, I guess, for me too. But well, I think we're gonna go back this summer, drive up there. My my mom and dad are still up there. My brother's there. Uh, yeah. Anyway, thanks for contributing, Titan. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can get all the way to 40 likes. That'll actually help me. That's good. That's good for my channel. As I don't know if you caught this, but I'm trying to make a little bit of a side hustle out of the YouTube. It's not easy, actually. It's, yeah. You have to reach certain thresholds on their metrics and watch hours and, yeah. I can see why they have stretch goal targets for that, because, yeah, it makes sense to me as a businessman. Because, I mean, if they allowed anybody to monetize with, say, 100, you have to have a minimum of 500 subscribers. That's usually fairly easy to get. But after that, it's watch hours. And that's not easy to get. Because, as you can imagine, there's a lot of content out there vying for eyes. And there's a lot more interesting people out there than guys like me. And it has a lot to do with demographics too. So on the one hand, I'm in a demographic area of the, call it the content sphere, that has a lot of people, because we have an aging population, and most of the people who watch my stuff, when I look at it, are of a certain, it's like 45 and over are most of my audience. But I mean, obviously, if you're like a 20-year-old kid doing this, and theirs is a very different audience. But everybody's vying for eyes. I actually find the whole thing fascinating, to be honest. It's kind of cool. And so that's why, if you look at my channel, I was originally, well, it's a blend of content. It's really a mixed bag. Because I figured you need to kind of diversify. If you're an old guy where you're not going to capture the attention of any of the young people, then you need something that will. And that's the pet video. So Jack and Maple are the ones that get the younger people and the females. So most of my content watchers are males, at least what YouTube tells me. And so, but when I look at the metrics on the pet videos, it's really interesting. It's about 50-50. You know, get more females looking at those, which makes sense because, you know, my wife, she's always coming and saying, hey, look at this video, this cute cat or dog video. She loves those, so. And I get that because, I mean, even I like those. Those are pretty entertaining. Makes you laugh, puts a smile on your face. Because life's too short, man, to worry about too many things that are out of your control. Like, you know, what's going on in the world. I can't control any of that stuff. I can only control what I put on this fire and what happens around here. You stay there. You have 8 grandchildren here with you as well. Oh, very nice. Let me just check this again. Very nice. That's great. You're all not all living in the same house. No, that would be challenging. Yeah, the live streams, I only started watching them as well this year, like when I started the channel going, like trying to put more content out on a regular basis. And then the live streams became, well, I got on and I would then start looking at the metrics behind them and see that those actually were very valuable for attaining the goals if you wanted to monetize on YouTube. Because you can get the odds, you can engage with people like I am with you right now. So yeah, that and you know, the other thing that actually matters a lot too is the quality of resolution. So everybody has, not everybody, but most people now have access to fast internet. So this wasn't possible for me 2 years ago because we had satellite internet and it was like dial-up basically, you know, terrible, slow. But since then we got fiber to the home, and this has made, like, completely revolutionized what I can do from a lot of different standpoints, including this. Like, I couldn't have done this before. And I can do it cheaply too, right? It's you know, everybody pays $100 or whatever it is. Maybe it's more than that, $120 a month. And yeah, and you got fast internet, high resolution, high HD, 4K quality. It's amazing. I made it to 40 likes. Oh, we're at 39. Somebody took one away. Come on, you can do it. You have mostly oaks where you are. That's great stuff. Oak is excellent. Yeah, we got quite a lot of oak here. My property, I got 34 acres. And I would say the mix, one of the properties, 10 acres, it's just up the road here a little bit, and I'm 24 acres here. Is this area here is a lot of beech, a lot of oak, a lot of maple. We got some bottomland swamp down by a creek. And so there's a lot of red maple down in that area. And pine. So on the upper areas that we got some elevation change, about 50 feet of elevation change. And on the high slope areas, I've got a lot of pine. And what else we got? Gum, sweet gum trees, quite prevalent. And on my other 10-acre parcel, that is mostly pine, tulip, poplar, and gum. And on the lower areas, that's also got some gullying there. It's got some nice big maples and oaks there as well. Yeah, I don't see mine doesn't show 40, but just says 39. But that's okay. We're close. Sister-in-law has a lot of maple. She taps the trees. Oh, so she's the one probably up in the Massachusetts area. Yeah. That would be awesome. Now that is a really intensive process, making maple syrup. The yields are incredibly low. Like the amount of energy input for the syrup you get out, it's like, it's incredible how much you've got to put into that. I understand now why maple syrup, real maple syrup, is so expensive, but it's so good. In Maine, yeah, that's right on the border there, right, with Canada. And that's where a lot of that syrup is coming from there, yeah. In Maine and up there in Quebec. And I don't know much, if much coming from New Brunswick, maybe. I know they have sugar maple in Ontario too, but I appreciate you all. It's really good. Love the convo. And appreciate you checking out the lump charcoal making process here, which is still going. You can see there's a lot of smoke coming out of there still. Now, on the couple times I did this in the past, some of my top pieces in the top quarter of the barrel were undercooked and not usable for lump. Like, but then I'd use those pieces, the undercooked stuff, for smoking. Not me smoking, but you know, like when you put it in your grill to part some smoky flavor. A few kinds of trees, yeah. Sugar maple, right, is one of them. Yeah, I don't know. What are the other ones? I know, like, there are different trees that will yield the, what do you call it? The sap. Like even sycamore, we have sycamore growing here. But the problem is it has to get cold enough so that it'll come out of the tree. We actually tried tapping a sycamore tree here and it didn't work. It's not cold enough. We don't get cold winter here in North Carolina. Anyway, Titan, I hope your hip surgery is going okay, your recovery, and that you're feeling well. I think that's a fairly routine one, if I recall from other people I know who've had it. And they're glad they did get it. You're welcome. We got a few people on here more. Nice. It's a nice looking fire there, right? Those pine, you see the way the pine burns, nice flicking flames. I love that in the house, in our fireplace too. Pine is one of the best for that. So if you want a beautiful fire, might not be long burning, but beautiful, pine is the stuff to go to. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Titan. I'm gonna get a couple more logs here, and because we're still burning. This is one great way to get rid of pine that you don't want to stack in your woodshed. I've showed this already because it's lightweight stuff, and it stacks okay, but you know, it's better to just do something like this with it. The other thing we have going on now that's picking up speed is the emerald ash borer is starting to kill a lot of the ash trees. Yeah, that's the other one we got here. It's not a prevalent species here. I mean, it is, but not on my property. I have some. But they're all dying out from the emerald ash borer. And in fact, on one of the logs I put in here earlier, they're beetles that are about this long. And they have like these eyes on the top of that. They're not, they're like markings. They're really cool looking. And anyway, yeah, they went in with the fire. They're cool looking, but yeah, they're a real nuisance pest now. Yeah, yes, Titan. When the smoke stops more or less coming out the top, it's done. It should just be like a wispy light blue. But I earlier kind of, as I said, I let it go down a little bit too low, the fire, and didn't have a constant steady heat. So it's taking a little longer. The other thing was a few pieces of the hickory that I put in there. It had bark on it still, and it was pretty thick like this. And it was a little, I peeled it off when I could, but it was a little bit wet in there. Like, not, the hickory that I had was from a very large tree that was taken down in a right-of-way, a power line right-of-way, and it was sitting there for a couple years. Some of it was off the ground, just kind of the power company or whoever did the work just kind of left it all stacked up in big 8-foot lengths. And then I, with my friend, cut it up into rounds and then split it, and most of it was already somewhat seasoned, but not fully, and that's some of those pieces made it into here. So we have to dry off the water, then we have to take the then we have to cook the chemicals in the wood out, the terpenes, all the volatiles, the tars, pitches, whatever their molecular makeup is. Come here, Jacko. Jack, come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Come here. Come here. Go away. Come here. Come on over here. Look. It's hot here, isn't it, Jack? Here, Jacko. You didn't get much attention today, did you, Jack? No. Fire feel good on your chest? Jack is a, well, pitbull probably, because we don't know for sure. We got him, yeah, he looks like a pitbull. He's got all the telltale features. Got him from the shelter. We've had a few of these breeds, few times. They get a bad rap, and yeah, there are some bad ones out there. If they're mistreated, they aren't good, but he's been great. He has a low prey drive too, which is unusual for the breed. We had a couple of them where they were not cat friendly, and we had cats and didn't always go well, but Jack, he's absolutely okay with our cat. Actually, they're kind of friends, and it's nice that they get along. Smoke's coming in, coming our way. The smoke, it seems to come and go. It depends, I guess, on how much heat is on each side there. Yeah, it's really heats up the ground and dries everything out within a few feet around it. Yeah, pitbull boxer mix, Titan and brew. Ah, cool. Yeah, boxers are neat dogs too. Both high energy. You know, the pits they need quite a bit of exercise to keep them good dogs. Hey, Jack? He gets quite a bit of exercise around here. The one thing he does do is he goes for his own walks. There's a German Shepherd that lives just down the road. He goes and visits him. Diesel, they're buds. And then goes up to as far away as where my friend Jimmy lives. That's probably about a mile. Yeah, almost a mile. But he has his shortcuts, which is kind of funny. He knows how to get there on the trails without taking the county roads. And I'm happy about that because I don't want him to get hit by a car. But are you sad, Jack, because we didn't go for a walk yet?
So I've been hoping all day we would, but I can see that this took, priority. Managing the fire.
You got a tick? Yeah, he actually does. I have to say, so he gets a lot of video coverage, and I'll show him shorts back, and I swear he's definitely thinking about what Jack about what he's seeing, especially some of the videos where he's kind of caught red paw doing something naughty, and I'll show him the video back again, and he's like trying to pretend that he's not listening, but he is listening, and the eyes are moving, and it's really pretty funny. Yeah, I think it's actually amazing what pets understand in their own way. Jacko. There's the other pets, our little livestock crew here. She was a mama last year. Maybe she'll be one this year. There's our ducks over there. Got 5 khaki Campbell hens. And yeah, I don't know, there's a few guineas. Got one pearl. I think it's about even for the males, females. We got about 5 or 6 of females, I think. And we got a rooster who's over here. There's the 40th like I saw pop up. And then my wife keeps bees. And we've had 2 or 3 going. This year she's going to try to make a split out of that one. I'm not going to take honey. Last year we got 27 pounds of honey out of one hive. Actually, that was quite good. And there's some more. All right, folks, I have a couple things I've got to do here. And so I'm going to end this live stream. And I thank Titan for being a big contributor. You're the man. Appreciate you all. And you have a great evening. Maybe I'll live a little bit later, not sure. I will do one after this is done to show, I don't know, or at least if I do and you're not around or whatever, that's fine. I'll just like make it short or something so people can see the end result of my lump charcoal. But I got to do a few little chores around here. And yeah, so take care. Peace out. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.